Hello. Hello, this is Kim Reads Urantia. Nice to see you today. So we're going to read from the Urantia book. First, we're going to read from Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. Okay, so this is by Light the Flame. Okay, this is by General Charles George Gordon, who was a British military guy who traveled the world. He lived in the 1800s, and so he had a lot of perspective on different different kinds, especially Asiatic religions. Okay, here we go. There I am. Okay. All right. O Lord God, grant us always, whatever the world may say, to content ourselves with what thou wilt say, and to care only for thine approval, which will outweigh all words. Okay, so he's saying, we don't care what people say. We don't care about what the people say. We care about our faith in what you will say, what God will say. So we don't care what they say, don't care what they do, right? Don't pay attention to the people who are going to tell you that you're crazy for listening to this Urantian woman or whatever. I don't know. But and God, remember the voice of God they're talking about. What will God say? Okay, the Bible's great. The Urantia book is great, but they're tools. Remember that God's voice is inside of your mind, and the Spirit of truth lives in your heart. And follow those. You have your own connections. I know that, gosh, we put so much effort into trying to get each other to do certain things that conform to certain ideas that we have. And that's all just human stuff. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Not all of it's bullshit, okay? But there's a voice inside of you that supersedes all of that. Everything you've ever been told or everything that you've ever read about anything. So when you find the quiet, the peace inside of you, let that other stuff go, then you'll be able to hear that voice. It's hard to hear. You have to train yourself to hear it. But it's there. Okay. We're starting paper 13. So we're talking about the sacred spheres of paradise. And let's just recap a little bit about what these things are. Remember, there's the Isle of Paradise here back in paper 11. We talked about here, there's Upper Paradise, Peripheral Paradise, and Nether Paradise. In Upper Paradise, there is remember okay, now I'm going back to paper 11, section 3, Upper Paradise. On Upper Paradise, there are 3 grand spheres of activity: the deity presence, the most holy sphere, and the holy area. And we talked about the holy area is the outlying area where there are so-called residences or paradise mansions. Okay, there is the holy sphere, where there are this realm is wholly spiritual, and you are almost wholly material. Okay. The Holy Land sectors. I'm trying to remember this. Okay. Okay. The vast region immediately surrounding the presence of the deities is set aside as the most holy sphere and is reserved for the functions of worship, trinitization, and high spiritual attainment. There are no material structures nor purely intellectual creations in this zone. They could not exist here. So there's in the center is the deity presence, then the most holy sphere around there, and then the holy area surrounding that. Okay, so we're going to talk about the sacred spheres of paradise. Okay. Between the Isle of Paradise and the innermost of the Havona planetary circuits, there are situated in space 3 lesser circuits of special spheres. The innermost circuit consists of the 7 secret spheres of the Universal Father. The second group is composed of the 7 luminous worlds of the Eternal Sun. In the outermost are the 7 immense spheres of the Infinite Spirit, the executive headquarters worlds of the 7 master spirits. Okay, so now we're leaving. We got paradise here. So this wasn't referring to that, what I was talking to on paradise. There's somewhere else here. Okay, I'm going to let it go for now. Paradise and, okay. Okay. Okay, so here we're in between. We're in between the paradise and Havona. Okay, so there's a space in between there at the center. There's a space in between there, and in between there, okay, we talked about paradise, right? 7 circuits of the Father is inner, 7 circuits of the Son, not circuits, worlds, spheres. Okay, and 7 circuits of the master of the Spirit. Okay, here we go. These 7 world circuits of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit are spheres of unexcelled grandeur and unimagined glory. Even their material or physical construction is of an order unrevealed to you. Each circuit is diverse in material, and each world of each circuit is different, excepting the 7 worlds of the Sun, which are alike in physical constitution. So these things have a physicality about them. Gosh, I've got stuff in my eyes all the time. Okay. All 21 are enormous spheres, and each group of 7 is differently eternalized. As far as we know, they have always been like paradise, they are eternal. There exists neither record nor tradition of their origin. So there's nobody saying how these things got there. They're just there, okay? Okay. The 7 secret spheres of the Universal Father, right? And we called this earlier the 7 secret spheres and the 7 luminous worlds of the Eternal Sun. I'm just interested in how they describe these things. And the 7 immense spheres of the Spirit. Okay. The 7 secret spheres of a Universal Father circulating about paradise in close proximity to the eternal isle are highly reflective of the spiritual luminosity of the central shining of the eternal deities, shedding this light of divine glory throughout paradise and even upon the 7 circuits of Havona. On the 7 sacred worlds of the eternal Sun, there appear to take origin the impersonal energies of spirit luminosity. Okay, so these are impersonal energies. No personal being may sojourn on any of these 7 shining realms. With spiritual glory, they illuminate all paradise and Havona. And they directionize pure spirit luminosity to the 7 super universes. Okay. These brilliant spheres of the second circuit likewise emit their light without heat, to paradise and to the billion worlds of the 7 circuited central universe. Okay. So these are reflective realms. Okay, so the first one is shedding the light of divine glory throughout paradise and upon the 7 circuits of Havona. That's about divine glory. They are highly reflective of the spiritual luminosity of the central shining of the eternal deities. That's the Father's circuit, the innermost one. Okay. Okay. So the first one reflects the second one, and the second one directionizes the pure spirit luminosity to the 7 super universes. Okay. Nobody can go there. Okay. These are impersonal energies of spirit luminosity. Okay, the 7 worlds of the infinite spirit are occupied by the 7 master spirits who preside over the destinies of the 7 super universes, sending forth the spiritual illumination of the third person of deity to these creations of time and space. And all Havona, but not the Isle of Paradise, is bathed in these spiritualizing influences. Okay. So, okay. So the first one is highly reflective of the spiritual luminosity of the center. So they're reflecting that. And the second circuit is luminous. So this is a source. So this isn't a reflective thing necessarily. This is a source of luminosity. These are just shiners. And they directionize pure spirit luminosity. So they illuminate all paradise and Havona. But the third source, the third circuit, has the 7 master spirits, and that does not shine backwards on paradise. That projects everything forward out through Havona and out into the 7 super universes. Although the worlds of the Father are ultimate status spheres for all Father endowed personalities, this is not their exclusive function. Many beings and entities other than personal sojourn on these worlds, except the worlds of the sun. No personal being may sojourn on any of the shining realms of the sun, the 7 sacred worlds of the eternal sun. Okay, but the ones of the Father and the Spirit, I guess we can go to. Many beings and entities other than personal sojourn on these worlds. Each world in the circuit of the Father and the circuit of the Spirit has a distinct type of permanent citizenship. But we think the sun's worlds are inhabited by uniform types of other than personal beings. Father fragments are among the natives of Divinington. The other orders of permanent citizenship are unrevealed to you. Okay, and what Divinington again is like the Father's capital or something like that. Okay, the 21 Paradise satellites serve many purposes in both central and super universes not disclosed in these narratives. You are able to understand so little of the life of these spheres that you cannot hope to gain anything like a consistent view of them, either as to nature or function. Thousands of activities are there going on which are unrevealed to you. These 21 spheres embrace the potentials of the function of the master universe. These papers afford only a fleeting glimpse of certain circumscribed activities pertaining to the present universe age of the grand universe, rather, one of the 7 sectors of the grand universe. Certain circumscribed activities pertaining to the present universe age of the grand universe. Okay, so we are one of the 7 sectors. That means Orvanton, basically. Because Orvanton is like 1/7 of the grand universe. Okay, so what is, I'm going to look up Divinington quickly. Divinington. Is the sacred spheres of paradise adjusters. Okay, so these are well, these are secret spheres of the Father. I don't think that's where the thought adjusters come from. Thought adjusters come from Divinington. So I think that's one of these 7 spheres of the Father, Divinington. 7 to 8. You know what? This is true. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. The 7 sacred worlds of the Father. Right. So we're going to talk about them all tomorrow. Father-world relationships. We don't really talk much about the worlds of the eternal Son. Those are, nobody goes there. And the worlds of the infinite spirit. So there's only like what? Few papers in this one. But hey, we just covered the intro, so it's okay. So this is In Between Paradise and Habona. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Okay, you have a really good day. Love ya. Bye.